Was to get this far in Hollywood and still have a virgin asshole and never has sucked a penis. That was my only goal. I didn't want to get with a white woman because I was scared she might have me running down the street like Jonathan Majors.
Hey, come on, man. Where Cameron at, man? Pause, man. Pause, bro.
Come on, Cat. Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. And that's the truth of the matter. So I stayed away from that. Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times. Just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting to party. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
So this part right here is when he brought up the fact that Dave Chappelle turned down the $50 million. But we believe he turned down the $50 million just because, well, you know, he didn't want to take it. But he mentions this, what he says in this particular instance. There were some things that Dave Chappelle was not willing to sacrifice and do. And that's why he ran across. And that's why they labeled him as crazy. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Dave Chappelle was at the height of his, you know, his comedy special, his skit show? And all of a sudden, he leaves and everybody called him crazy when he went to South Africa, right? Or Africa. I remember that. They labeled him crazy. They labeled him all of these things so that you wouldn't believe him. So Katt Williams was saying, I was not willing to risk that version hole that he's talking about or do some silly things that he mentioned. Harvey Weinstein asked him in front of his own agent, in front of people, to suck this man off in front of people. Harvey Weinstein, who then becomes a what? Oh, he's in prison for what? Oh. So Dave Chappelle was probably offered some crazy stuff with that $50 million, and he said, nah, you can't buy me, and he left, and he went away. Is he crazy? No. He just doesn't, he's not going to let you buy him off. And so that's what Katt Williams was talking about. And you got guys like Diddy, Mr. Take That, and Take That Jakes, Mr. Take That Jakes, up there going a little freak offs and all these weird things. And that's how they bring in people in the industry. Oh, godly. And hit it right on the head. He didn't want to sacrifice his integrity. He didn't want to give up. He didn't want to sacrifice himself for $50 million. Meanwhile, we're going to talk about Ludacris, what was said there and what he decided to respond with. I mean, it's just, it gets to a point where you're like, oh, man. Yeah, because $50 million, he said, yeah, I would take $50 million. But what does $50 million come with? What do I got to sacrifice? What room and couch do I got to go on just to be able to get this? Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I can make money in other different ways. He's a comedian. He didn't made it that far. Why I gotta do all this crazy stuff just to get this money? And that's what he was saying about Dave Chappelle. We looked at him like, oh, he just walked away from $50 million. No, he walked away from a lot. And that's why Dave Chappelle still to this day is one of the GOATs of our generation. Katt Williams is right behind it after this interview. You know what I'm saying? 50 million is a lot, but if 50 million was something where somebody had to do something to you, where you're like, nah, bro, like, I'm not about to allow you to do this to me. You know what I'm saying? Nah, bro, you can keep that bread, man. I can make money in a bunch of different ways. I don't need $50 million to be happy. I mean, maybe I give me $1 million or $2 million and I can work myself up to there, but I don't need 50 million for you to take my backside out. Like my man, brother Bilal said, Will Smith was in there bent over. Dwayne Martin was in there murdering them.
Sensational.
Imagine getting that done for $50 million. God, just for some money? And then they gotta control you, and then they probably go tape you. Ugh, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good on that, bro. Yeah, no, you better be playing, because Shannon Sharp said the same thing about Ludacris. We'll get to. He said something like, "Yeah, man, I'll take that 200 million." Katt Williams said, "That's what they all say." Basically letting you know that's what they all say until they realize that they've made a mistake. Whew. Katt Williams had me on the flow in this whole interview. I was on a damn floor after watching this, man. I said, how the hell you gonna be this damn funny, but at the same time be this damn serious? I don't know whether to be listening in like attentively or whatever, not attentively, but like listening really close, or laughing my ass off, because I was so torn, because I was hooked in, and then he giving you these bombshells, and then he just done. I'm like, what? You can't just drop that bomb and then go to the next story. Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute now. It was just one after the next, man. I have a new love for Katt. I would say the same as well. I never had anything against Katt. Even when they called him crazy and stuff, I still tuned into his Netflix specials. But after that interview, being able to sit up tall and tell your story in the way that you told it, that's a real man. And a man that's basically letting you know, like, I was offered this and that, but I didn't take it. You got to respect that. You got to respect that, because it could go one or two ways. And it went one way. And I agree. I definitely have a new love for Katt as well. Yeah, I did hear that he adopted 7 kids. That's still a little odd to me. But yeah, he got 7 kids. And that's different. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear people doing something like that. A single man, adopting 7 children. You know, and he talks about that as well in the interview on kind of why, but just admirable guy, man. The amount of money he would give to people just because, struggling artists, he would give them money. I mean, this guy is a good guy, right? He's a good guy. Appreciate all y'all interacting. Man, my phone going off. Oh, it's just a reminder. They roasting Steve Harvey now. Love it. I'm glad these fakes are being outed. I think he says it in here too. Oh my God. Appreciate everybody, man. I hope y'all have a happy new year, man. And stay productive.